It was a bleak Tuesday, during an unpleasant and soul-searching bath, when Priscilla finally was able to admit to herself that she was depressed, and had been for some time. Her divorce from Robert was finalized over a year ago, but she still couldn't get him out of her mind. He had been so tender, and she remembered days spent just licking each other's fur, content in each other's company. She was just a kitten then. She realized suddenly that in the last year, she had lost interest in the things she once had so enjoyed doing. She no longer cared about the daily brushings she used to adore. The ball of string still called her, but she no longer answered. It had lost its magic. She shuddered. She had even contemplated the unthinkable. The kittens, of course, were a bright spot in her life, but having to share custody with Robert, she had missed them terribly when they weren't with her, and grew to brooding in her box when she was alone. She considered taking a trip, hoping it would make her feel better again. But when she packed her things, she realized with dismay that she couldn't even fit into her own luggage, and she abandoned the effort, more lost than before. Feeling shaken, she left the house to walk the beach, her refuge and place of peace in troubling times. There was something soothing about the water that calmed her spirit. And that's when she saw him. He was magnificent. His thick, powerful body and massive paws excited her, and she was drawn to him even more than she was to dark fabrics. She had conflicting emotions and wasn't sure if she should run up a tree or into his arms. She was flustered, but couldn't turn back, so she decided to walk past him, to ignore him if she had the strength. But he had seen her too. As she approached him, their eyes met, and before they even spoke, she knew they would be together. The days with Buster were magic. He made Priscilla forget her aching heart, and before long, she was purring and laughing again, alive like before the divorce. Being with him was like the first time she had catnip, simply intoxicating. But of course the affair was short-lived. In her heart, she eventually realized they didn't have much in common, and if she was truthful with herself, she could never be with a man who had better fur than her own. So they split amicably, knowing they had shared something wonderful, and sometimes wonderful things are brief. After it was all over, she reflected on the time together and knew she would always have a special place in her heart for Buster. He had not given her self-love. No, that had been there all along, but he had helped remind her of it. Priscilla had found her happy place once again.